Here's one of the latest interviews from Rock and Metal Revival. If you want to hear the whole show, go to rmrshow.com. From the Grammy-nominated Kill the Flaw, there is Thank You from Sevendust on Rock and Metal Revival. And
that's pretty cool.
I love that song. And it was Kill the Flaw was in my top 10 for 2015, man.
Yeah.
And I can remember going to see Sevendust in a club in Madison, then seeing them on the stage at band camp and in the big stages, and now they're a Grammy-nominated band. Almost nice. 2 decades of Sevendust, and we want to welcome to the show Lajon from Sevendust. Welcome to the show, Lajon.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be on the show with you guys. Thank you very much, and that introduction was incredible.
Well, it's true. I mean, I've been a Sevendust fan since the club days back here in Madison, so to see the evolution of Sevendust over the years, to me, has been amazing, and you guys are one of the best live bands out there on the road.
Well, thank you. You know, we've definitely been doing it for a long time, and hard work. I definitely feel that it pays off, and thank the Lord after, I'm sorry, I'm in San Diego, we just got after 20 years to be able to be nominated for a Grammy, and man, put a fork in me, I'm done, you know. At the end of the day, I said, if we don't bring the Grammy home, at least the nomination is something that they can never take away from us, you know, so, wow, let's go and, you know, let's see what happens, you know.
That is cool. It sucks that, like, there used to be like hard rock and then metal and different categories and all that. Now they just cram it all into one little category, and they got such a wide choice of bands. It's like,
right.
It's just not right anymore, man. They're just screwing metal. But it's cool that you guys got nominated, man.
Yeah, you know, and I look at it like this, you know, at least that now, and I get the angst and stuff that people have about the Grammys, but for me, after doing this for 20 years and having my band Sevendust be nominated, for those cats that haven't even been looked at like us on that level, now we have this avenue that we can all finally ride on now, man, and you know, and it opens the door for us to expose the music that we can't deny. It's selling out tours around the world, and people are, you know, it's not gone. It's just sometimes a certain bracket of people don't get to see what's going on. But I think with this, it, you know, it takes it to a different, you know, level. So I'm happy about it, man. And I feel like those guys, they kind of bash the Grammys and stuff. I don't know why, because I don't consider that being a sellout. Guess what?
No.
Let me sell out every arena that we go on.
Yeah,
and
that's the goal.
That's what the sellout is. Guess what? I'm fine with that, man. It's kind of loud outside here. Let me tell you, I'm in San Diego. One of my best friends is James Shields with the San Diego Padres now. He was with the Royals.
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
He's opening up his new Cryo Shields, which is the spa with the cryogenic machines, and I'm kind of actually at the spot right now, but I was able to duck into a tobacco shop, which I'm very happy about.
Well,
nice.
So if you could imagine the scene, it's San Diego. It's probably 78 degrees. It's beautiful. So yeah.
Well, we're sitting in a hookah lounge in Wisconsin. In
a hookah lounge.
Yes.
So we're close. That's awesome. Do you do the radio show out of a hookah lounge?
We made a hookah lounge in my buddy's house.
Yeah,
that's
no
that's
way.
my little studio.
Great.
Yes, we'll have to have you to the hookah lounge.
You know what?
sometime.
I'm going to tell you exactly what tobacco shop I'm at. I'm at Liberty Tobacco in San Diego.
Nice.
It's beautiful, man. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Hey, now, Lajon, I've seen you on a lot of tours. I've seen you at the Rave, and JJO brings you to town a lot up here in Madison. Now you're going to go out on the tour with two bands that we're kind of digging right now, Trivium and Like a Storm. That's got to be exciting for you.
Yeah, and you know, man, we're really excited about it because, you know, we've met and we've known these guys. I was able to meet Trivium with my good buddy Mark Tremonti, you know, from Alter Bridge and Creed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when we went out to see him with his new project, short story, Wolfie, Van Halen's son, was with us, and we got a phone call to come play bass for Tremonti's band. He's like, "Are you kidding me?" And this is a true story. He happened to be in the studio with us in Butler, New Jersey, and he was kind of writing and playing, you know, just kind of hanging out. And he had his gear down. And my drum tech for Sevendust actually had his truck when Wolfie said, "Oh, my God, I would love to play with you, Tremonti." He's like, "We're in New York. You're 30 minutes away. Get here." And I remember taking pictures because I was laughing because they had to borrow someone that had a pickup truck. And it was so weird to see in this little town of Butler, New Jersey, all this Van Halen equipment on the back of it. And people are kind of,
Nice.
this is his son. And it was so funny to see people kind of ride by our studio and say, "Is Van Halen there?" They didn't have any idea it was his kid, but he was trying to get to the gig. And so I got to meet Like a Storm there. They were on tour with him, and it was great.
So now, with the release of Kill the Flaw, I mean, over the years, you guys have kept the Sevendust, I should say, the recipe of what you guys have done pretty much since the beginning, and just pretty much a straight ahead rock and roll band. Is there any? I hear like offshoots of what you guys are doing. Is it hard when you get into the studio with that many different types of taste of music?
Oh no, man. We've been a band together so long, man, that I think we know each other. And if we don't like something, if someone says, if you come into the studio with some material, and if someone says, well, if you like it, then it's cool, then you know that it's not necessarily the best.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? We've been, it's cool. It's so much music going on within everybody that, everyone gets a chance. And I think ultimately at the end of the day, like you guys have worked together for a long time, you kind of read each other and you know when something is not necessarily, I guess, melting together the right way. So that's something that I respect, and I think that's something that's kept us together as a band, is we have that type of respect for each other that's continued this long.
I've got a lot of respect for you guys. I looked at how many people have been in the band, and it's like 20 years, and you've only had the one guy, and you've got the original guy back. Yeah, it's like, wow.
20 years, and he left for a minute to go find himself.
Yeah.
But, I always thought that this is a family, and, just like I look at it like the big brother going to college, and, and you got to come back home at some point in time. You might not necessarily with your tail between your legs, but sometimes that happens. But, Clint Lowry now has been sober for 9 years, and what a testimony to what he's done. And at the end of the day, for us to be where we're at now, it's, I think God has a plan, and everything kind of, it's fallen into place, but for right now at least.
Exactly. Lajon, you hear a lot in the metal world that the European crowds are so much better than the American crowds. But I'll tell you, when I see you live, that crowd is into it. You know what I mean? It's amazing.
It is crazy. European crowds are incredible too. But yeah, I tell you what, when the Dust and we have a big show and it's going on, it's like being over in Europe if you want to match it to that. You know what I mean? But yeah, they bring it here in the States every time, no matter what. If it was in the back of a dang McDonald's parking lot on a flatbed truck, something's getting brought. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter where it's at. So nice. Yeah, it's beautiful. But I do look forward to going to Australia. After 6 years, we'll leave here in March.
Now,
and then that's. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Go ahead. And then I said, we'll come back, and then we'll take a little 2 weeks, and then we'll start the Trivium Like a Storm tour. So and that going into all the festivals. So we're really excited about it.
Now the song that's nominated, "Thank You," did you ever think that it could have used a little cowbell?
A little cowbell?
Yeah.
Well, maybe. Well, after we brought the kids in, it weirded me out a little bit. I thought. Maybe it needed a little cow. No, you know what? That was a beautiful experience, and it was. But the only thing I said when we brought the kids in is because it was like, man, the beginning of it's almost got a death metal riff. What are these kids gonna do? No, it was so fun, man. And those children work at the architect studio where we record at, and on the other side there's a school, and so. For the last few years, we've seen these kids kind of grow up and come in and hone in on their crafts. So to bring these kids in, it was like, this is the best thing ever. We've always wanted to do that. And we brought like maybe 12 to 15 of the students, and they came in and they nailed it, man. And it was so fun to even have children and to be able to bring these kids into the Sevendust world. When we look at them like these guys are rock stars, but it's funny, but they look at us like we're rock stars. But to me, to see this little 8-year-old kid now that's 12 come and start singing on an album that's now Grammy nominated, it's like, this is what are the chances of that, man? This is crazy,
That's awesome.
It's really, whatever, the universe is doing cool things, So,
exactly. Sure. Well, your tour is going to kick off April 26th in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we're probably going to get a chance to see you in Arlington Heights, Illinois. And you guys,
Arlington Heights, Illinois.
Yep.
Okay, that's right down the street from Chicago. I'll see you, gentlemen.
Yep, yeah. And you wind it up at Rocklahoma, and we are pulling for you so hard to win that Grammy. It is unbelievable, right. And
it's gonna be crazy if we win that Grammy, man. Guess what? I put a fork in me for a good month, because guess what? I'm just chilling out. I'm kidding.
Nice.
I'm kidding.
Good luck, man.
Thank you, guys.
We're gonna play We're going to play another track called Death Dance. You want to tell us a little bit about this, Lajon?
Death Dance. This is going to be our new single we kind of picked out, and I think it's good. You know, I miss the days of when an album could come out and you could have more than 2 singles or more than 3 singles. You got to listen to the whole album and it be supported by radio in the whole world. Luckily, Sevendust not a lot of times has done this before, so this is something we're very proud of. And maybe this album we can bring it back to the old school days where you don't have to wonder what the hell happened to the band after you heard one song off the album. So things are good for us, and we just look forward to seeing everyone on this tour, and God bless everyone. Stay safe.
To catch the whole show of Rockin' Metal Revival, all you have to do is check it out on these affiliates. Mega Rock Radios on Saturdays from 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and on Uncontrolled Noise Tuesdays at 1 a.m., Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on UncontrolledNoise.com. And make sure that you leave them a message and tell them that you found Rockin' Metal Revival on their stations. Enjoy this edition of Rockin' Metal Revival.